And this is why I say forget a Father's Day. 12 years ago, I was 13. And remember my daddy, he took me riding this blue Ford F-250 truck. And he looks me in my eyes, he says, "Hey son, I'm finna be going away for a long time. I need you to man up and be the man of the house." And I didn't know how to process that in, man. I was young. And a couple months later, the feds took him in and they gave him 23 years in prison. And from that point on, me, my mama, my brother, my sister went through hell. Seeing my mama cry every day, Monday through Sunday, crying. Don't know how these bills finna get paid. Ain't got no groceries. I got the same black tee on for 3 weeks straight. I'm looking at everybody around me, they got J's on, they at Target. Shh. See, it's one thing when you grow up in poverty, it's all you know, it is what it is. But when you go from having money to nothing, it's hard. We went from eating steak and shrimp to eating shrimp flavored ramen noodles. So from 14 to 21, I was like, F the world and F my daddy. So I got in the game, I started hustling just like I was following his footsteps, got in the game. Then I started popping them Xanax pills. Then I became a dope fiend. So my daddy's stressing in prison because he ain't hearing all these stories in there about me. And then I start getting on some ice and robbing people and people trying to kill me because I'm burning all kind of people in the streets. My dad almost had a heart attack in prison. And he tries to call me, tries to lace me up. Hung up the phone on him. Like, F you. What you talking about? I know a lot of you tonight looking at this video, you got a whole bunch of bitterness just like me against your daddy. Like, F him. Forget a Father's Day. You hurt. You got pain. You got bitterness inside of you. You know, when I turned 21, I became sober for the first time for a couple weeks ever since I was 14. I've been on it all them juvenile years. Except when all the times I got locked up. But being out, and I was out free, sober for a couple weeks, and you know what? I cried for a month straight, every day. I ain't never told nobody that. I cried for a month, every day, because I had so much bitterness, so much hurt towards my daddy. And I never processed my emotions because I was always on it. And I know a lot of you here tonight, man, are struggling with that. You know, one of the greatest stories ever told in mankind was about a dude named Peter. This dude Peter, he had anger issues. You know, he got one of them family members. They got anger issues. Nobody like being around them. They always talking crap. This dude Peter was like that. He had a temper. And this dude Peter asked Jesus one day, he says, "Hey man, these people doing me wrong. How many times should I forgive them? 7 times? Shh." And you know what? Jesus told him, Jesus said, "Now check this out, bro. Don't forgive them 7 times. Forgive them 70 times 7 times. Let that sink in." And you know, when I did that, I said, you know what? I'm going to forgive my daddy. It's like boulders of rocks came up off my shoulders. Because the whole time, I wasn't hurting my daddy. I was hurting myself. So from this day forward, man, quit hurting yourself. You ain't hurting your daddy. You ain't hurting nobody else but yourself. Forgive that man. Because at the end of the day, you've been forgiven. Who are you? You ain't perfect. You got issues too. Your daddy may have slipped up. He may have messed up big time. Forget that man. Because you've been forgiven as well. Remember that. I hope people have been encouraged by this video. People need to hear this today. Share this video. Got much love for y'all. Deuces.